Ambassador Jacob Rosen is an independent scholar and well known in the field of genealogy, and he served in that capacity both in Jordan and in Egypt as well in other places. But since we're going to talk about more about the Jewish community in the Levant, it's important to know that Yaakov is fluent in the dialects, in Arabic dialects, among other languages that he controls. He has developed another new area of gathering information and data, and that is very exciting and something that is in the modern period that opens up a whole new area of understanding the names of Jews in the modern period in Egypt and Iraq and Lebanon, of course. Okay, in Syria. So, Yaakov, you can present it much better than I can, so please.
I'm really going to talk about something new which I discovered out of no choice. I'm basically surnames harvester, not organs harvester, but I'm dealing with surnames harvesting in the Levant, mainly in Egypt, Syria, and Iraq. Not so much in Lebanon. It's a different category. There's terrible lack of access to data. No archives. All of us are used to Jewish gen. You enter to the specific country. You get it in the United States, England, Eastern Europe, and whatever have you, and then you just have to sit and to gather what you find. This doesn't exist. You don't have any access to archives in those three countries. At least Jews do not have access. Most of them left those countries in a hurry. They were not allowed to take with themselves anything. And they arrived here onto other places without documents, basically. And it creates plenty of halachic and other legal problems. And this is a big challenge, and I like challenges. So I decided when I told my colleagues, oh, we came from Egypt, there were no documents here in Europe. Here, most of you perished, but at least the archives are open. In our case, we came alive from this adventure, being in those countries, but we have no documents. One day, inshallah, when the archives will open, we'll have access to them. Well, we don't have the time for waiting until the archives will open, and we have no idea what we'll find in the archives. So I decided to go the other way around. I will speak mainly about Egypt. Syria is a very miserable case, so I will not tire you, we don't have the time. Iraq is a little bit easier because of the Iraqi Jewish archive, which was discovered by the Americans in Baghdad in 2003. It was in a bad condition, taken to National Archives in the United States, took 10 years to dry it, and most of it was posted, what they managed to dry and restore on the internet, but it's also in 5 languages, so it's Hebrew, Arabic, English, in Soritreo, in Rashi script, Arabic, but in Rashi script, books of the Chevra Kadisha, a ganze Meis, as we say, but okay. So let's start. I talk mainly about Egypt. In Egypt, we are quite organized. I'll go from the easier to the complicated until we get to the Facebook. This is, for example, 1938. The annual report of Jewish Ashkenazi community in Cairo. It's even written there in Yiddish. Yiddish Ashkenazi Gemeinde von Cairo. Then under it in French. And then inside you have the names of all the members of the Ashkenazi community in Cairo who paid their dues. If you didn't pay, Ashkenazim, you know, they are organizing this situation. If you didn't pay your annual fees, you are not there. So here if I thought that I found a treasure, but it has its own limitations. Discovered through my research, quite a lot of Ashkenazim who lived in Cairo They were not members, or they were members but they're stingy to pay or forgot to pay. They are not there. Then you have the Egyptian Jewish press. Tremendous. It's on the Historical Jewish Press, National Library, Tel Aviv University. 3 main Jewish weeklies between 1922 and 1945. Why in French? Another story. Egypt was never under French occupation, only for a year and a half during the days of Napoleon. But the newspapers were there. Very good. Here you have a report about 69 children who got their tefillin, which got bar mitzvah. And it's OCR, the Historical Jewish Press. And Jews are, if you have one name of a Jew, probably will be around another 10 Jews. So you are looking for a certain name, and then you get a whole list of kids who get their bar mitzvahs. It's very nice. So why not? However, I'll come to it later on. There are also a lot of reports about excellent students in Jewish schools. But what shall we do? Half of the children in Alexandria and Cairo did not attend Jewish schools, but of the missionaries, College de la Frere and so on. I'll show it to you. So they are out of the picture. You don't have them there. Then you have, of course, the directories. Business directories. This is a business directory from Egypt from 1913 on the verge of World War I. I bumped into the W letter, Weinberg, Weinblatt, Weinrich, Weinstein. Just a cluster of 4 Jewish surnames. But again, business directory, that's only 3 professions and business people. The poor people, what we call in Yiddish, Urem Yidden, poor Jews, no chance that will be there. Then you have many Jews donated money to different organizations, and of course this was covered extensively by the Jewish press. Here we have donations of trees to the Keren Kayemet, JNF, Jack Golder, Parmer Zaptenberg, it's Zeidenberg. This is one of the problems of OCR. If such P you have there, the OCR will not identify. Husky, Ralph Harari, Jews from Aleppo, Matzliach, and then suddenly the Israeli community, the Israeli Yemenite community de Cairo. There was a Jewish association of Jews from Egypt in Cairo. Yemenite, sorry. Yemenite Jews in Cairo. Very interesting. They didn't, this association did not contribute too much money, but nevertheless, this is very interesting things. Farhi family, of course, Gabay, another Gabay, Maslaton, Saida, and so on, Shama, Garpach, and so on. But these are the people who donated money. But most of the people were poor, never donated money. So here I come to I start my lecture now. So but all those poor people, I repeat, poor people or people who were not participating for one reason or another, their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all of them live in the Egyptian or the Iraqi diaspora, either in Israel or in Sao Paulo or in Brooklyn or wherever. Most of them are members of one sort of another Facebook group. Plenty of the Egyptian Jews from Egypt have at least 6 or 7 Facebook groups, 1 or 2 in Israel, in Hebrew, the rest are in French. The one in Sao Paulo, 10,000 Jews from Egypt live in Sao Paulo. They already correspond either in French or Portuguese, sometimes in English. And there are also 2 groups established by Egyptian Muslims or Christians dealing with Judaism. This also happens in Iraq. The Muslim society start feeling the loss of the country that because of the Jews left. And there's a lot of nostalgia. So there are all sorts of Facebook groups, and you can post a question there. My name is Jacob Rosen-Koenigsbuch. If I start asking questions in the Iraqi group, or Koenigsbuch sounds a little bit doesn't smell good, but through the years I established my authority there, or established my reputation, because I also contribute material and answer questions. So by now it's accepted. Seeing a question, inquiry from Jacob Rosen-Koenigsbuch, this is normal. This is very helpful. No. I appeared as Jacob Rosen-Koenigsbuch. This is not. And this is how I get to those Facebook groups. For example, I want to show you. This is an Israeli Facebook group. מאכלים וזיכרונות מצריים. Memoirs, and foods, Egyptian foods and memoirs. What is very interesting, 2,500 members. People who like Egyptian food and have memories from Egypt, most probably they're from Egyptian origin. And I see their names and I can ask questions and I can post questions. And when I publish indexes, I published already indexes of Cairo, Alexandria, Damascus, and Baghdad. I always update them. And when I update them, I post them on those groups. This is an example. Jacob Rosen-Koenigsbuch, share the link. June 23, I think last year, dear friends, I'm telling them that I have a second update of the original index which I published already, and please look at it, if you don't find a name, let me know, and do yourself a favor, don't try to look for 2,000 names through your cellular, because you most probably will not find it, but people are lazy, so I'll show you how it goes, and people respond. But before I go to the response, I told you half of the children were studying in Christian schools. Here's an example of a Facebook group of Collège des Frères de Bab de Luc Le Caire. Christian missionaries, basically, churches. No chance that we'll report about those children in the Jewish press. And here they have they posted in 2012 a list of excellent students from the year. And here I have two names. I marked it too strong. One is Ralph Rothstein, and the second is Nakab. So I post a question, and here is the correspondence which I have. Someone answered me, I didn't find Luza. You can find Luza. It's true, Moshe and Vaturi. Whoops, just so you have Luza. She was ready from her. I said, I told you Luza? No, Luza is there. My grandfather was Luza, and my mother left Egypt in 52 for Paris. So they give me extra information. So on the way, I also collect some information which I know. And then someone asked me, thank you, I told thank you, Natalie. Moshe is there, but it's in different spelling. One of the provinces of different spellings. But Istro and Vaturi are new for me, and I added, it is going to appear in the next edition. And Frida Tarzi in Arabic is tailor, name of profession. Ed Gamal and Sruya.
Vaturi could be Albanian or Romanian.
And also from Libya. Okay, I have them in Libya. And I tell her, look again, there is Gamal, but you see it's written in a different way. Gamal, and Saruya. So you didn't look well, you didn't follow my advice to read it from computer, you just. And let me see, I have here, okay. Then someone else in another post, Amir and Salama are missing from your list. I answer, thanks, Salama is there, Salama and Salama. Amir is new for me. And then Judge Salama says, okay, Amir, we're good friends of Alexander. And I said, again, thank you very much. And here we have something very nice. Oh, hello, my dear. Thank you. I have 40. Is 40 different family? This answer is thank you very much. Diane Cooperman, thank you. Congratulations. Merci. Merci, my family again. And here I have, this is very interesting. Shatach, that's my cousin. I asked about this, the two boys, Nakab, in the Collège Le Frère. And she tells me, that's my cousin, Ralph Nakab. He was in a Christian school. So I said, thank you very much. Shatach and Shatach, I don't know it from Egypt. So I asked, is it your name or the name of your husband? Any idea where the Shatachs and Nakabs arrived from to Egypt? Because most of the Jews in Egypt were immigrants in the last 2-3 generations. Oh, she said, I'm Nakab. I was born in Cairo and left in 1964. Shatach is my married name. And my husband is from Beirut. Another layer of this. And then Elian Shatach, I am Albert Roberts Nakab's daughter. So, okay, I can continue with stories and stories. I think that you understood the principle. This opens us a new, every 5 minutes you can, on your computer, you can open a new screen because one is referring to the other. Some information I cannot, luckily enough, there's only one Jacob Rosen-Koenigsbuch on the Facebook, so it's easy to find me. Some information is sensitive, so we have Messenger. So I can correspond with the person. When it's a little bit more complicated or more wide, I give the people my mail, because if it's something new, so I open a file on my email for this family or for this issue, and this is how I advance and advance and advance. And I'm on the verge. Avotenu is going to close, but Avotenu Online, where I publish my indexes, is going to continue. They are now updating their website. There was some technical problem, and I'm going to do another update of Cairo with another 150 names, so we have now about 2,150 names, and Alexandria will be published very soon with another 70 extra names. And during the last 2-3 days that I'm sitting there nearby the buffet, and I hunt people, and people at me, Sydney, contributed me a name for family from Alexandria, which I don't have. We're just chatting, passing good time, and this is how one layer after the layer. In my opinion, it's an unending process, but that's it. And since I was asked to be merciful and leave some time to my next to the next speaker, I think I'll finish here. Thank you.